Good morning, learners. Welcome for our today's lesson. Of course, we are from the weekend, and I want to believe that you had a wonderful weekend. So, our lesson today is formation of lakes. The last lesson, of course, we described on how the lake is formed, and of course, we saw we have salty lakes, and at the same time we also have the freshwater lakes. But today, of course, now we want to see how these lakes are formed. So we have our number one, lakes formed through downworking. So we have lakes are formed either one, that is through downworking. So downworking, then we also have lakes formed through faulting. We say through faulting. Through faulting. We also have lakes that are formed through volcanic activities. Lakes formed through volcanic activities. Through volcanic activities. Then our number four, we also have lakes that are formed through that is, we have talked of downworking, we have talked of faulting, we have talked of volcanic activities. We have lakes formed through erosion by ice. Number four, that is through erosion by ice. We also have number five, that is lakes formed through deposition. Through deposition. So then the last one is lakes that is formed under human made. That is now number six, through human activities. And of course, we are going to go through each and every way how these lakes were formed. So we are going to start with our number one, which is the downwarping. So we are saying that lakes formed through this. We are saying these lakes are formed due to the downward movement of the land due to the cracking of the rocks. So we are saying that the downwarping, these lakes are formed through the down movement of the land through the cracking of the rock. So we are going to look at examples. So when the land now, of course, we are saying the rock cracks and the land, of course, tend to sink. So there is a depression that is formed after this has happened, and then water is collected. Water is collected in that depression to form a lake. So we are given an example to this. For example, our very own Lake Victoria, it was formed under this method. We also have Lake Chad, Bagweulu, Lake Kyoga. So those are examples of lakes formed under the downwarping. Let's talk about faulting. Now, faulting, we are saying these lakes were mainly formed during formation of the Rift Valley. So we are talking about the lakes were formed due to, we are talking of formation of the Rift Valley. So we are saying that lakes formed under faulting, these were maybe formed through or during the formation of the Rift Valley. We have so many examples on this. We have mostly in Kenya. So we have Turkana, we have Lake Baringo, we have Bogoria, Lake Nakuru, Lake Elementaita, Lake Naivasha, Magadi, Lake Malawi, Lake Nyos, and Lake Natron. So you find that most of these lakes that were formed through faulting, they are basically found in Kenya. Then we are moving to the third, that is under volcanic activities, through volcanic activities. So this one now we are going to classify into groups. So when you talk of lakes formed through volcanic activities, lakes formed through volcanic activities. Now this we are going to classify them into two groups. One of the groups we have is lava dammed lakes. So we have, that is one, it is lava dammed lakes. So we can say one, there are two groups, the lava dammed lakes. Then number two, we have the crater lakes. So when you talk of lakes formed through volcanic, we are referring to one, the lava dam, and the crater lakes. So under the lava dams, lakes are formed when lava flows. Of course, long as you remember how the volcanic mountains, of course, is formed. So from this process, we are saying that there is lava that is, of course, from the lava that flows from through the magma. So it is hot. We are saying the lava dam lakes are formed when lava flows and blocks the course of a river channel. So during formation of this mountain, of course, we have the lava that is going to flow and is going to block the course of a river. If a river is flowing, of course, maybe the mountain has erupted. Let's talk somewhere there, and there's a river that is flowing, for example, to this side. So this lava, of course, now after eruption will block a certain area. Then after blocking now that channel, of course, there's water that will be collected behind this. So this water that is going to be collected behind this, of course, it acts as a barrier of lava. And what is going to happen? Of course, a lake will be, of course, formed. So example of this, we have Lake Kivu in Uganda, we have Lake Tana in Ethiopia, Lake Itasi in Madagascar. Then another one is the crater lakes. Crater lakes are formed when rainwater fills a crater or a caldera. We are saying that crater lakes are formed when rainwater fills a crater or a caldera. Such a lakes, we are talking of Lake Chala in Atepe County. We have Lake Paradise in Marsabit. We have Lake Ngozi is in Tanzania. We have Lake Nyos in Cameroon. We have Lake Katwe in Uganda. And we have Lake Shala in Ethiopia. Remember, there is Lake Shala in Ethiopia and there is Lake Chala in Kenya. That is in Taita County. So we are looking at the next one. We are talking about the lakes formed through erosion by ice. Erosion by ice. And I'm going to explain this by saying, when a glacier moves downhill, we are talking of ice. When a glacier moves downhill, it erodes the rocks underneath, resulting to a depression. So, for example, if we have a rock, let's say that is a rock, like that. Now, we are talking about the glacier through ice. Now, if there is the ice now, we are talking about it is flowing, for example. As it flows like that, you will find that there is something that is being created somewhere there, along that point. Now, after some time, you will find something has been like that. Like that. Now, we are now referring to these lakes that are, of course, has been created around that point as lakes created by ice, erosion by ice. So we are saying that as a result, the depression may be filled. We are talking of now the depression that has been created may be filled with water to create a lake. So examples of this, we have Lake Teleki on Mount Kenya, Hanging Lake on Mount Kenya again, Lake Gallery on Mount Kenya again, Lake Speke on Mount Rwenzori, that is now in Uganda, Lake Catherine on Mount Rwenzori, that's also in Uganda. Number 5, lakes form through deposition. Remember, this is a revision because I believe that, of course, you have been taken through this. So I'm just trying to, of course, to take you through this because this topic, of course, you had already covered. So when you talk of deposition lakes form as a result of river erosion and deposition. Now, if a river is flowing, we have a river flowing like that, of course, because of the hill. So it's flowing. It is flowing from. Let's say this is the source, and of course, we can talk about the mouth. So the source is where the river starts, and the mouth is where the river ends, or where the river drains the water into. Now, when you have such a river, for example, we are saying that lakes form, deposition lakes are formed as a result of river erosion and deposition. So such lakes are called the oxbow lakes. So we are saying that they form in the lower course of a river where a river tends to meander a lot. So if there is a meander, let me just something like this. We are talking of meandering. So a river comes like that, and of course goes on like that. Now there is something that is going to happen. Since that now the water is flowing from this point, we are talking of at a higher speed. Now there is some deposit, of course, that is left around that area because of the bending. So as this process goes on, we will find that now it will act like the river now has been blocked, whereby the water will have to create now a way so that now the water continue flowing. Now eventually you will find that now there is something that has been created. So water now will be flowing like that. So what has been now created? Now that space now, we are talking of that space now, there is a lake that is being formed around that space. Whereby now there is this river, that is, of course, there is water that is flowing, and again there is also water that is flowing on that channel. So what has been created, we are referring as an oxbow lake. And examples of this, of course, we have Lake Kanyabori, that is on River Yala. We have Lake Gambi on River Tana. We have Lake Utange on River Fiji. We have Lake Shakabobo on River Tana. We have Lake Manzala on River Nile. We have Lake Bilisa on River Tana again. So most of these lakes, basically, they are within Eastern Africa. So we move on to the sixth, and we are talking about the human-made lakes. These lakes, of course, these are formed as a result of human activities, whereby, for example, they are formed when a dam is constructed across a river. So, in Kenya, we have the 7 fork scheme that is across River Tana. So, of course, the main or the aim of constructing this, of course, was to provide hydroelectric HEP, that is hydroelectric power. So basically now, remember that the country was importing electricity from Uganda. So what now the government decided, it was becoming too expensive for we to import electricity from our neighboring country, and of course the country now was growing. When you talk of industrialization, many industries were coming up. So there was a reason, of course, now to construct dams across River Tana, and basically the main was to, of course, to increase the production of power. So we are saying they are formed when a dam is constructed across a river. So examples of these lakes we have, so we are looking at in Africa, not exactly in Kenya. So we're looking in Africa. We have Lake Masinga, this is in Kenya, there's along River Tana. We have Lake Volta in River Volta. We have Lake Nassa along River Nile, that is in Egypt. Volta is in Ghana. We have Lake Kabura Bassa, this is along River Zambezi, and the dam behind this is then Lake Kariba, again on River Zambezi, then Lake Kainji, that is on River Niger. So when you talk of lakes, of course, I want you to understand all these, the 6 ways. Of course, a question can be brought from this, and of course, the question will be asking about how the lakes are formed. So you will find that these lakes, of course, are mixed up, but for you, the learner, what you need to know is how these lakes were formed and how these lakes, of course, are grouped. So I won't take much of your time today because the lesson has come to an end. But before we wind up the lesson, I'd like to say this, that most of the learners who are watching the lessons or are listening to the lessons, they're not doing the work. So I want to urge you, you forward the work that has been given, and of course you will continue learning and things will be at the right track. So thank you for the lesson and thank you for the listening. Until next lesson, thank you.